Do join us on DSTV channel 279. We are also streaming live on tv3network.com. We are settling for the big one. Still watching News at 10 with me, Edward Kwabi. Let's settle down because the leadership of the political parties in the Ashanti region have been cautioned against acts that breach public peace in the upcoming limited voters registration exercise. Now, the regional police commander, DCOP Kofi Boakye, warned the elections task force will not allow political parties activists to bus people to the registration centers. The regional police commander gave the warning when he interacted with representatives of the various political parties, the media and district and divisional police commanders in the region. The engagement was to map up strategies ahead of the limited voters registration exercise, which commences on Thursday, April 28. The COP Kofi Boakye assured of adequate security at all the centers for the exercise in the region and warned against busing of people to the registration centers.
Some party officials hiring thugs and goons to go around electoral and registration centers ostensibly to determine for the EC who is qualified to vote or who is not qualified to vote. Nobody should be tempted to take the law into his or her own hands.
The Ashanti Regional Director of the Electoral Commission, Serebo Kweku, briefed political party representatives on the processes involved in the limited registration exercise.
It is open to only those who have not yet registered. If anybody who has registered does it again, it will be double or multiple registration. And we all know that that is also against the laws.
And we're still being joined on the phone lines by Kofi Adams, who is the national organizer of the NDC. Good evening, sir, and thanks for your time on News at 10.
Good evening.
Now, sir, would the intended action by the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, DCOP Kofi Boakye, be feasible at all?
Be what?
Will it be feasible? He says that he's going to stop political parties from busing people from the various centers to places of registration. Is it feasible?
Yeah, it depends on the infrastructure that he has at his disposal. And if a bus is on the road, how will you know that this bus is going to go to a police station or not? Maybe specifically if he's talking about the area that would have been demarcated as a registration area, and that he will not allow buses into that area. Of course, that is correct. If a car is on a road with people in it, you will know whether they are going to register or they're just normal passengers on their way to wherever they want to go. So that will be the challenge that he will be encountering. But of course, at the demarcated area for registration, bus loads of people would necessarily not be allowed into such an environment. So if he's talking about that, then that's different. And of course, too, I don't know what intelligence he has received as the head of security in that, at least the police head in that region. He may have received some intelligence about what some people would want to do, and so he would want to caution persons to be careful not to do things that will undermine the registration process.
Now, you are a political party leader. For instance, if the party determines itself or decides to bus people who have just turned 18, your party members, to a particular place to register, would that be wrong?
I don't think it's wrong. We have encouraged Ghanaians everywhere who want to register to make themselves available to be registered. For example, if Ghanaian communities in, say, Benin want to come and register, and they offer that we are a community, possibly we come from maybe Anlo, we live in Benin, we want to come and register, they organize themselves, they all possibly maybe coming from a particular area, they want to come in a bus. So generally, that is not illegal, but to try to enter the demarcated registration area. That is where maybe the security persons may say that it's affecting the security of the registration center, and therefore they may not allow that. But as for mobilizing yourself from one place that you want to go to your hometown to possibly go and register, there's nothing illegal about that.
Now, is the NDC, for instance, planning or preparing to bus people to the various registration centers?
We have encouraged all Ghanaians to mobilize themselves to register. As far as registration is a civic responsibility, it's not done on party line. So we are not encouraging NDC people to go and register. We are encouraging all Ghanaians who are 18 and above and who didn't register in 2012 and in 2014 to make themselves available to be registered. Whether you are 99 years old or 100 years old, if you have not registered, this is an opportunity for you. It is not only for those who have just turned 18, but it is for all those who haven't registered before, who are Ghanaians and qualified to register. So we are encouraging everybody to register. How they will go to the centers, we have not thought of that. But if there's a particular group that feels that they believe strongly what we are doing and want to be aided, and we have the facility, why not? We will not hesitate to support persons who need any such help. But we are doing it as a national duty. We are calling everybody who qualifies to register to turn up to the centers and register.
We're grateful for your time right here on News at 10. Kofi Adams is the national organizer of the NDC, and he's been speaking to us about the police warning the political parties not to bus people to the various registration centers when the limited voters register is opened on 28th of April. We're still trying to get in touch with Bernard Mona, who is also the national chairman of the PNC, to also share his thoughts on this very developing story with us. You can also share your thoughts when you go to our Facebook wall. It is News on TV3 for Facebook, News on TV3 for Twitter as well. You can also watch this bulletin. It is streaming on tv3network.com, and it's also live on DSTV channel 279. Let's go on to the phone lines now. We've been joined by Bernard Mona, who is the national chairman of the PNC. Let's pick his thoughts on this very issue. Good evening, sir, and thanks for your time.
Good evening, sir.
Now, the police says that it is against the busing of people to registration centers when the police, when the Electoral Commission opens the limited voter registration exercise. What do you make of this action by the police?
Well, I don't know which law the police is working with, but what I can see is there's no law that prevents people from moving to a particular registration center to go and register. And if they get the opportunity to get a lift to those registration centers, there's nothing that is wrong with that. And so...
Hello, sir?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I don't think that is any law that debars any person from making people go to the particular registration center. Indeed, there are people who may be in urban areas, but who may, for the purposes of casting a vote, want their vote to be stationed in a particular locality. They may get persons who may possibly be financially bound to support them. And if somebody is able to do that, we say that they can make it to the registration center.
Very well. You as a political party, do you have plans or intentions to bus people to the various centers?
Absolutely not. We have not deliberately taken any step to bus anybody. But we think that, look, why do you blame political party? I'm not blaming any political party. You say go and bring people from that group actually and take them to Santana. You go and bring people from take to another police station. Individuals may do this, but if anybody turn around to blame the political party, I'd be disappointed.
But will it be wrong in any way to buzz your own people within your party who have just turned 18 years to the various registration centers to, for instance, encourage them to register?
There's nothing wrong with it. It will sit within the limits of the law that anybody, I mean, people will be carried in buses anyway. So it's registration. Let them go and do registration. Let's highlight the significance of it, and let's not feel the impression that political parties will just go out there to mobilize people. Indeed, if the people are competent, they are qualified, they have reached the criteria set by the Electoral Commission to be registered, whether they come in a circulator or aeroplane. It is not the business of the person standing there. It is that when they come, you just go through the identities required to confirm that they are citizens of Ghana and that they can participate in the processes.
We're grateful for your time. Bernard Muna is National Chairman of the PNC. He's been sharing his thoughts with us on The Big One.